of us may be struggling in silence with certain things that have solutions within our reach. And we are tempted to think that those around us don't care. Talk about it and do not die in silence. Talk about it and do not die in silence. Once there was a man who loved the fish head. He unknowingly married a woman who loved the fish head twice as much as he did. He would buy fresh fish, and at mealtime, instead of eating, he would look at the wife as she enjoyed the fish head. As she swallowed every piece, he swallowed too, but he wasn't eating. Then he devised a means. He would now buy 2 fish. He expected the wife to give him 1 fish head, and then she would eat 1. She would eat 1 fish head if it was supper for supper time, and keep the other one, and she would eat for lunch. And she served him the other half of the fish. The husband was in shock at the turn of events. But even if he bought 2 fish, the lady still kept the other for herself. Even if he bought 3, she still kept it. But what was wrong with this lady? This woman cannot even spare 1 fish head for me, just 1. After a while, the wife noticed the husband. Many times when they were eating fish, the husband's moods would change. He would stare at her. He wouldn't eat his food as he always does. So she asked the husband, "My husband, what is it? You're not eating your food. Is everything okay?" And he responded, "I had a very challenging day at work." The man then decided to visit a counselor because he couldn't openly speak to his wife, but he needed to talk to someone. So he went to a counselor and opened up about his struggles with the wife and the fish head. He told the counselor how he no longer buys fish at his home, yet he loves fish. He said, "I love the fish head, but my wife loves it more. She never shares the head. Even when I buy more, she keeps the other for another time." Then the counselor asked him if he had shared his concerns with his wife. He said he does not know how to. That is why he came to visit the counselor. So the counselor told him to bring along his wife. So he went and brought his wife, and they met the counselor. So the counselor talked to them about the fish head. The woman burst out in laughter and disbelief. She told the husband, "Dear, all you had to do was tell me. You would have talked to me from home instead of bringing me here and wasting all this money just to talk about it." She said that it didn't have to reach this far. She also told the husband that in her culture, the husband is given the more fleshy part, and the woman eats the head that had the less meat. That is why she opted to eat the fish head and gave him half of the fish, the other part that had more flesh. Many of us may be struggling in silence with certain things that have solutions within our reach. And we are tempted to think that those around us either don't care or are just so mean, or you just look at them in shock and say, "But for real, they should have helped, they should have done this." But you haven't really opened up about what you want them to do or about your struggles. So the moral of this story is, whatever it is that you're experiencing, you're going through, please talk about it. Talk about it so that there are reachable solutions. Talk about it so that it's out of your chest, so that you can be able to get whatever response may come forth. Sometimes it's as easy as asking. Sometimes it's not easy to ask for help, but humble yourself. If it's something that you really need, humble yourself and ask for it, and genuine help will come. And you'll find a solution to walk through or figure out how to get through certain things. The struggles may not necessarily be the fish head. It could be a pay raise at work. It could be a promotion. It could be help with a task. Just ask. Whichever way it comes, at least you asked. At least you talked about it. And you'll find ways of dealing with it rather than mentally, physically, and in many ways destroying yourself. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.